So say we all. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zereth Prevails. It was only a matter of time, folks, until my content degenerated into fluff pieces such as top 10 Zetas in the game. Dear Lord, it's a sad day for this channel. No, it's actually what I want to do. I want to try this experiment, folks, and I don't know if it's going to work. What I want to do is see if we can get, as a community, if we can actually distill it down to the actual top 10. So I'm going to present a list of top 10 Zetas, and I don't expect it's going to be the best. I did try. I did put some effort into it. I'll explain my reasoning, but what I want is, as a community, let's find which Zetas are the best. So what I wanted, so we have it as November, has the stamp on the top. Let's try to do one of these once a month-ish, maybe, and I'll read all the comments. If give me respectful reasons, and honestly, if it's a mile long, if you guys don't learn brevity at some point, I'm just not going to read it. But if you post something respectful and something brief about why a Zeta belongs on this top list, then I'll read it, and I don't know if I'll for sure take it, but it's all gonna have to go through me. But I'm going to then try to update this list and make it better based off of feedback from the group, and maybe we can actually get to it. So no Galactic Legends are part of this. We're not going to allow them, but everyone else is fair game, including all the epic confrontation characters, the Galactic Challenge unlocks, etc., or the Galactic Conquest, whatever it's called. So everything is fair game except for Galactic Legends. Let's go get to it, folks. I'm interested to see what we can come up with as a group. Hopefully we can find some really cool stuff. I mean, it's not going to be that significant, but what I do want to see what it's like to crowdsource, and if we can actually get down to the actual distilled, very best Zetas out there. I'm interested to see, guys. Let's figure it out. So, yeah, let's go. Whoa, we're in the madness. We're in the game now. How did that happen? No one saw that coming, did they? So, alright guys, these aren't necessarily in order here, okay? So, this isn't a list of, the Django is not number one Zeta in the game. I'm not going to do that yet, at least. Eventually we'll get there, but the thing I like about Django's Zeta, folks, especially early game, it is so impactful because it stops so many teams from fighting you. Territory wars, territory battles, not so much. Even there, though, it's pretty good because it stops people from reviving. This is it. The enemies defeated on his turn cannot be revived. Early game, if you're facing teams that have a revive way of reviving, a mechanic is the word I'm looking for, then he just stops them cold. Like, Night Sisters hate Django. I feel like that should be like a clickbait ad, like, don't bring this one bounty hunter to a fight with mid-range teams. Night Sisters hate him because he really does just shut things down. Now, people can resummon characters who can be summoned, but that's different. He can stop revives, and that on its own, it's so simple but so powerful, and makes that bounty hunter team so much more versatile. In addition, you can make him more versatile in Separatist squads and even in Mandalorian squads. As long as he goes, it has to be on his turn, then he prevents revives. This is it's so simple, but as much as I use bounty hunters, I feel like this is going to be one of the central to my plans usually. Commander Ahsoka Tano, and I believe it's this unique of hers. This one is crazy. She's really good as a character anyways, but as long as she's in the right squad, so she needs a Lesufu or a Galactic Republic character or a Scoundrel ally, she's going to gain 50% max health and defense, and then she gains all these other things as well, but she gains the max health and defense, and then she shares all of these things with her allies. Without that, folks, she just gains offense and critical damage. If you don't upgrade her, I'll laugh if this isn't. I'm pretty sure this, yeah, has to be a Zeta because her basic doesn't have a Zeta. So, just making sure here, folks. But it's a this one is ridiculous, folks. This one is what makes entire teams change everything. I mean, she makes Rey from a pretty good galactic legend to like overpowered WTF, like just destroys noobs, just poning them left and right, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it gives a lot of headaches too, because how do you counter something like this? Like the additional health, especially, is so ridiculous. It's just so strong. This might be the best non-galactic legend Zeta. I'm not sure. Lord Vader, Darth Vader. he's already been Lord Vader. He didn't like that, so now he's Darth Vader only. The best one, he's got a lot of good ones, folks. His lead, everything, but I think that we can mostly agree Merciless Massacre is just an over-the-top ability. I mean, it gives him the ability to just go down the line and axe everyone whatever question they don't want to be axed. And I mean, by that I mean he just destroys people. It's really fun. Even in 3v3 it's really good. I thought that this would be a worthless ability, but you just don't get to use it as much in 3v3. In 5v5 though, you can, if you're facing like Geos who have 6 characters on the team, I guess it would work. I was going to say it would work for Mothra, but it wouldn't, because he doesn't get to target Mothra if she has her Zeta. But he can go down the line and hit everyone, ability block an entire team, as long as you have the right potency and everything. And then you can do Culling Blade sometimes. Sometimes Watt is there to make sure that they don't get to revive. You can go all Django on them. And, I mean, the additional thing is, the additional benefit to all of this is the people who have been watching my channel for a long time remember how ridiculously difficult it was for me, for some reason, to remember what MM stood for. I used all kinds of fun acronym names for it. It wasn't that fun. It was like people were just laughing up their sleeve at me, but I couldn't remember it, and now I do, and now I can actually make videos about it because I remember what its name is. Merciless Massacre, folks. Really solid. Mainstream media, perhaps. All right, Commander Luke Skywalker, folks. Lots of good ones here. Learn Control, Rebel Maneuvers, both really strong ones. But the one that really sticks out, folks, is IBAT. It binds all things. I like that it's kind of says what he does. Like, he has a lightsaber, and it's like he doesn't really know how to use it. He uses it like a bat. He like, IBAT, you know? I bat, I throw, etc. I hate sand, all those things. But the awesome thing about this, folks, is whenever he resists a detrimental effect, he recovers protection, whatever. And whenever he inflicts a debuff, he gains 5% turn meter, and other allies gain half of that amount. So he doesn't need to be lead for him to really get a lot of turn meter. So the thing is, he does so many debuffs. He has this debuff with inflicting speed down and defense down, and you know, he can remove turn meter, etc. If they already had defense down, then he inflicts stun, which is great. So IBAT, it's a debuff that he gains that. So it's not, I don't believe that the turn meter removal is a debuff. However, if he uses his other attack, he dispels all debuffs. That's fine. He gains turn meter, or he removes turn meter, but then he inflicts buff immunity and tenacity down. So he's also giving himself 20% turn meter every time he attacks, as long as he has the right potency. And so, not that potency is his number one stat that he wants to be working on, but if he has enough potency to actually inflict this, and a lot of times he's going with Chewie, for instance, and if he's with Chewie, he'll hit, and then Chewie will put tenacity down, or someone else will shoot, and he'll have tenacity down, and Commander Luke is just gaining all the turn meter. He's giving all the turn meter. When you combine that with Rebel Maneuvers, that's where all of the turn meter comes from this Rebels team. So, pretty fancy of Commander Luke. IBAT, the one acronymed Zeta that I can remember. I don't remember the names of Zetas worth anything. Very similarly to Merciless Massacre. Padme. I don't know which one of hers is the best. The combination of leadership and unique is just really strong. So while they have protection up, light side allies can't resist all debuffs and can't be critically hit. That one's pretty decent. I think the best one though, folks, is the unique, which is protection up can't be prevented or dispelled and is increased to 40% if Padme is the lead. So this is in a way a leadership ultimate or unique that it works when she's just not in the leader slot, but when she is in the leader slot, this is the one that stops people from functioning. Now the other one, this combined with the leadership Zeta, those two are what make her team tick. You guys, if you don't know how courage works, how all that stuff works, I can't explain it to you right now. I don't have the time, crayons, etc. to explain it, but it is a really strong Zeta. It's a strong mechanic, I should say, but this is what makes the team work. This is the Zeta that makes the team work. Her unique, or her leadership, also adds to the mythos of this, of like the complete madness that is this Zeta. But I mean, it's not even like the best team ever, I realize, but I do think that if you want to use this team, you absolutely need the unique. The leadership, you need it pretty soon, but you need the unique first. All right, Django is the 6th. Just kidding. I know, guys. I know how to count. So Watt is another one, folks. This one might be the most automatic Zeta. I don't know if it's the most powerful, but it's the one you apply instantly. You just apply it instantly, folks. And I don't remember which one it is. It's not that one. Is this one. He takes a bonus turn. So in terms of bonus turns at the start of the game, at the start of a match, Han goes first. He always shoots first, which I love that they did that. But if Han isn't there, Watt always goes first, and he always applies the one of his tech things. His tech things, guys. I'm highly technical language here, referring to it as tech things, but he does apply one of his techs at the start of the match, and usually you only need one. Now, you can make him fast and kind of guarantee him getting a second one, usually, but the first one is usually like the whole reason you take him is for his tech, and if he doesn't get his bonus turn, he can't apply it nearly as consistently, and people can outspeed him, they can stun him, control him. He is almost worthless without his unique Zeta, folks. So get his Zeta on him. Stop complaining. He's one of those separatists with no nose. You can complain about that, though. Like Newt and Watt, it's like a trend. Like, do you think Geos have noses? I guess we can look. I guess that's kind of a nose. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. More important than what Zetas are better. Now, this one is probably up for debate, folks, because it also actually helps Vader, but I really like this brute one. Oh, I guess this is unique. Yeah, he summons a brute to start with a taunt. So this buys you a pre-taunt that isn't even part of this character. Like, it just buys you a summoned pre-taunt. I mean, you guys have faced Geos before. If you haven't, then, I mean, I recommend watching a video or something. I mean, I recommend playing the game at all. This team is amazing for a lot of different reasons. It's really strong, especially early game. But having a pre-taunt on a character that once it's dead, so it can equalize its health. Once it's dead and your team is hurting, you can just resummon him and he'll equalize his health with your hurting team, and everyone will get a huge boost in, you know, all their stats. And all you need to do is apply one Zeta. Now his other Zeta on his lead, still okay. You know, it gives more damage to your team, etc. Now that's not as necessary. I mean, it's nice eventually, but his Queen's Will Zeta, amazing and necessary. Newt Gunray, another separatist with no nose. We have 3 in a row apparently, folks. Unless you call that Brood Alpha's nose an actual nose. Now this one is needed if he's the leader. It's kind of just a weird one, folks. So it is a unique, but I think it's this one. Maybe it's his dubious dealings. I don't remember which one it is. Hold on a sec. Alright, you guys held on for literally 1 sec, but I did look it up. It is his unique Zeta that is here. So you do want his Zeta, however, because this does a ton of extra damage with his team. Like it's his leadership that's really good. This extortion thing, amazing. In 3v3, that is especially true. Now this Zeta may end up being scrapped. I don't know. I'm guessing it's one of the weaker of this list, but I think that, I mean, if you take it in totality, like, this is what makes him really, really strong in 3v3. This is what makes him a GL. People call him GL Newt for a good reason. He is very, very difficult to beat. If you flippantly throw a team at him, he will bat it down as if he had a nose. So he's pretty good. He's very good. And whenever a Separatist ally inflicts a debuff, they also deal 5% max health damage to that enemy, which that's super nice. I mean, Separatists have a ton of debuffs, and he goes really well with, like, General Grievous, who, like, everyone inflicts a billion debuffs. It's very impressive. So, it's like free to play. The things they do every day. Very impressive. So, anyway, sorry, you guys should. Well, I'll try to link my sketch at the end, folks. You can watch it. It's silly. Okay. Next up, Nest. Nest gets this unique that ignores taunt, adds 2% health steal when stacking when enemy loses a buff or debuff. Which this makes Nest capable of soloing teams, folks. So this is what makes Nest good. Nest can ignore all the taunt, can do all the things. I mean, you guys know how Nest is. She's been obnoxious forever. Very similar to what Beckett says about her, but add taunt ignore. Just ignoring taunt from a Zeta. Amazing from a character like this. And then the health steal is really nice. So then when, if she does get her counters, like, people are hitting her, and they're like, oh, cool, like, we got her health down a little bit. Next time it comes around, I'm going to take her out because she doesn't have much health. And then Nest goes in, like, Nest counters and is able to heal fully. And then if you have a pretty nice health pool, then Nest is able to kind of just, I don't know, get back to her max health, and no one can get through her, and you eventually solo it. It's pretty nice. She's pretty fancy. Very good character, obviously. Now, Mandalorian's an interesting one. His leadership, you can see I don't even have it applied, but his unique here is the thing that really makes his team go crazy. So him and Grief together are just such a nice combo for the bounty hunter team. Like, you just can't deny it. So here's the thing. Every time he scores a critical hit, he gains 30% turn meter, and other bounty hunter allies gain half that amount. So, I mean, every time he goes, and bounty hunters have a ton of assists, every time he crits, as long as you have a lot of crit damage or crit chance on him, then he's going to gain 30% turn meter. That is crazy. You can make him, you don't have to have him that fast, as long as there's not a way to shut down turn meter gain, which there are a few, but as long as there isn't something like that, and he can crit, like General Skywalker will prevent him from critting outside of his turn, etc. But as long as he can crit, and he can gain turn meter, not only him, but all of his buddies can gain that turn meter as well. So, super nice. This makes the team go so much faster. You need a lot of speed to start with, and then it just escalates from there. It's truly a joy. I don't know if it really is a joy. Maybe. It feels fun, though. It feels nice. Feels like, how did such a ragged dude... What happened to his rifle, guys? Like, did he just decide to stop using it? Did it break and I'm just forgetting? What happened to his rifle? Like, that's one of the coolest things in the entire show, and he just, like, stops using it. I need to know that, folks. Let me know. Alright, apparently that's the top 10, folks. So, I'm going to let you go. Let me know in the comments below which Zetas should go, which Zetas should stay. Stay respectful. Would love to hear your reasoning. Stay brief as well, because I'm not going to read your long-winded rants. I'm sorry to say, that's just not going to count as a vote. So, I do appreciate everything, though, folks. Please remember to leave a like and comment, all that stuff. And, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zereth prevails.